Hello everyone! So, you may know that I make videos on science and maths and a few electric piano videos, but I've decided to move away from that a little bit and create some Kerbal Space Program videos, because I really like this game. It's quite fun, and I think a lot of people can get used to it, get used to playing it and get interested in playing it from my gameplay. So, a quick note here: I'm using a lot of mods, and I do mean a lot of mods. Too many mods to count. CCAN says like over 100. I'm using like over 100 or something like that. Yeah, a lot of mods. Like for example, this is like I'm using a bunch of part mods, like the mod a mod called KNES. I'm using a bunch of visual mods to make everything look beautiful. All these clouds are from the mod Astronomer's Visual Pack and Environmental Visual Enhancements Redux, and the Space Center that I'm using here. The Space Center. This is a larger version of the Space Center, and that's courtesy of the mod of that's courtesy of two mods. The first is KSC Extended, and the second is KSC Harbor, I'm pretty sure. And they do a bunch of cool stuff, like there's the stock monolith. There's a stock monolith here in this location. They built it like a memorial or something over there, using KSC Extended, but that's not what. But I'm not here to ramble on about mods. I'm here to do a mission. So if you could have two professional KSP players will. And so the eagle-eyed among the professional KSP players watching this video may notice that this is a career mode save, because the tracking station, vehicle assembling, almost all the buildings except for the astronaut complex are not level 3. So yeah, this is a career mode save, and my goal is to eventually reach those stars up in the sky, which are courtesy of the Promised Worlds mod. I installed Promised Worlds because well, first of all, the best thing about it is that it's available on CCAN, which is very unlike most mods in Kerbal Space Program. And if you don't know what CCAN is just it's an app or mod for Kerbal Space Program that you can use to install mods automatically. You just choose which mods you want to install, click apply, and pay presto, you're installing your own mods. So I should probably stop. I should probably stop talking for now, because I'm completely not paying attention to what's on the screen, and I have forgotten to do my gravity temp properly. So yeah, and I'm going to assume that you are all professional KSP players if you're actually watching this video, because otherwise you wouldn't. I don't see why you would want to watch a KSP video if you're not well versed in KSP. But if you're not, then well, I think you should probably watch the tutorials from Scott Manley. Yeah, the immortal words, "Fly safe." Those will never die. Well, it's big words coming from someone who never actually watched the Scott Manley tutorials. Yeah, so you can probably tell that these are not scripted, just from my tone of voice here. So so right now I'm doing a Minmus mission, so I'm going to have to land on Minmus. I've already landed on the Mun. It wasn't a very good landing. I accidentally killed the Jeb while on the Mun, while trying to look for a Munstone. And then I loaded a quick save, the persistent quick save, which is a default quick save for every KSP world. And when I did that, Jeb was instead of being killed in action, he was listed as being missing in action, which is my way of making sure my Kerbals never die, because if they do, I'll just use all that trickery. Look at the atmospheric effects courtesy of the Firefly mod. I have a bunch of visual mods. Like the parts look really nice here because of the Restock mod, and I've also got Restock Plus, which makes up for the fact that I don't actually have the Making History DLC installed. I do have Breaking Ground DLC. I've got the robotic parts and service features, and earlier I actually accepted a contract in Mission Control to oh god, what's it called? I was put to bring a green sandstone from the surface of Minmus, and so yeah. So you may notice that Jebediah Kerman is back here. He's lost all his experience he lost all his experience from landing on the Mun, which for some reason, which is very bad, which is not very good. But he will most certainly gain that experience back with this hopefully successful Minmus Landing. Hope it isn't foreshadowing, but keep the viewer attention span here. Just being a YouTuber. Yeah, so I just want to make something clear. So, well, actually, two things clear. So, firstly, if you want to play this game, unless you're me, then you're going to have to make sure that you're at least 13 years of age or older, because for some reason, I mean, there's no violence or anything like that in this game, but and like when Kerbals die, they just turn to a puff of smoke. It's not really that big of a deal, but apparently it is a big of a deal. It is a pretty big deal, and I'm 13, so I can do it. So I can play it, and another thing is that this is not a Matt Lown style video. You may have seen there's a KSP YouTuber called Matt Lown. His channel name is Matt Lown, and if you've seen his videos, then what he basically does in his videos is he pre-records him playing KSP for a mission, and then he does a commentary. Then he does a commentary on that mission. So this is not what I'm doing here. This is a live commentary actually. So I'm speaking and playing the game at the same time. So yeah, it's pretty fun. That's why I said I needed to shut up earlier, because I wasn't focusing on the actual gameplay. I was focusing on talking to you guys. Well, I mean, yeah, talking to you guys. I only have 34 subscribers at the time of making this video. Hopefully that number will go up with these new KSP videos, but you never know. You never really know. From the YouTube algorithm is cruel place. That is a joke, of course. That is a joke, obviously. Of course, it's not cruel. Anyways, so yeah, so about the mission. Because I'm literally not talking about anything on screen. I was just making disclaimers for like 13 plus and stuff, about 13 plus stuff. I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention, but if I did, then ignore me. But people who watch these videos that I'm making, like I usually like to do the same disclaimer that Matt Lown does in for his videos. And it's that you should not be watching these videos if you're under the age of 13. It's just generally not allowed. And I mean, if Matt Lown does it, I don't want to anger the KSP gods in the metaphorical sense, but you can never know. But anyways. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is kind of embarrassing. This is actually kind of embarrassing. I'm clicking add one. I'm clicking the orbit. This to happen one orbit later, in hopes that Minmus will try to get us off in the right direction. It doesn't appear to be the case. I'll just time up a bunch so that the Mun doesn't get in the way. of everything, and then I'll make another movie mode. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, why am I not speaking? Okay, sorry, I completely forgot that I had to be speaking right now. That was my bad. Sorry for sorry for not speaking, but you know, I'm trying to focus on the gameplay here. Just remember, this is live commentary. Come on, be benevolent, viewers, please. Please be benevolent, viewers. So, okay, dude, why is doing this so hard? Okay, yeah, I have no idea why actually getting a Minmus encounter right now is so hard, because I'm pretty sure I've done it. I know I've done it before. I know I can do it, but it just doesn't seem to be possible. So, I guess I'm just gonna do another round of time warping. And yeah. So, what can I say? Well, what I can say is that I am still on my first stage, by the way. I'm still on my first stage, and I'm in low curving orbit. That's a pretty. So yeah, that's how you know you've got a pretty efficient first stage. That's how you know you've got a pretty efficient first stage, and all. But you know what you don't know about when you're doing Kerbal Space Program. You don't know if you normally do not know that getting encounters is going to be so difficult. And you know, I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it there. Oh my god, I almost accidentally just clicked that. That would have been tragic. Whew. Well, that's pretty much it. Now I'm just gonna have to walk to that maneuver and do it. So, yeah, there you go. I did it in the end, guys. I'm so good at this. So, yeah. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be saying right now, because it's very hard. Listen, it's very hard to speak potentially like however long this video ends up being, because like again, this is live commentary. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. And I'm not like Matt Lown again, but I mean, you never know how long these things can take. They can take you well, forever, pretty much. Okay, and yeah, they can take you forever sometimes. Like some of Matt Lown's videos are up to 1 hour long. I'm pretty sure I've seen a few that are like 1.5 hours long. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's none like that. But you can never know. And so I just want to point out the sheer efficiency of this. This thing is the first stage. It's called the Ragnarok stage from the mod KSP, which has a bunch of new parts and stuff. It allows for a bunch of creativity, because I have a mod called Probes Before Crew Installed that I can't seem to get rid of for some reason. For some reason, that makes that you have to launch probes into space before you launch crewed missions into space, like, or Kerbal missions, like, you know, missions with Kerbals on board. So, But luckily, with the mod KNES, there's a tiny it adds a tiny dinky little command pod, called the Viking command pod. And it basically allows you to still do the the normal-ish way of doing things, and also adds liquid fuel engines right at the beginning of the game for some reason. I have no idea why it does that, but it does. So yeah, don't argue with me. I have no idea why. I also have no idea why it's doing that. Yeah. So here we are on our course to Minmus. So this is, and aha! The Kraken hath struck us, or me in this case. Well, and so yeah, there's the Kraken. Yes, the Kraken has deleted my encounter for a second from the map screen. So I was like, oh no, I'm actually going to encounter it. And then yeah, I did end up encountering it. You could probably tell from if you could use the power of your vision, the power of your eyes. The ability to use your eyes would be very much appreciated. And yes, the ability to use your eyes would be appreciated. And what would also be appreciated is that you could see how efficient this is. Like, I haven't even expended anything apart from the fuel on board, and I'm already in Minmus orbit. I haven't even expended a single stage, and you will see that there's actually going to be a little bit of waste because this engine has so much power for such little fuel. Like look at that tiny sliver of liquid fuel and oxidizer compared to it's only 105 units of liquid fuel and how many units of 129 units of oxidizer. That's out of 6,000, like 14,000, maybe 15, 13,000 in total, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to respect Matt Lowndes' tradition of not harming the solar bears, which is so I'm just going to put it on a course to hit the surface of Minmus, and then I'm going to detach the stage and the first stage, and then quickly do a burn to make sure that we don't receive the same fate. Well, Jeb does not receive the same fate. So yeah, goodbye stage, goodbye first stage. It was a pleasure knowing you. Well, it actually really wasn't. It really wasn't a pleasure knowing the first stage, but yeah. So you might be noticing that Minmus is looking a little bit odd. It looks a bit more shiny than it is. And for some reason, Astronomer's Visual Pack or something. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Astronomer's Visual Pack, but one of my mods adds some dust clouds on above Minmus's surface, which is pretty strange which is a bit of a strange addition since Minmus has no atmosphere. and all it's got are these icy, minty ice cream flats, or at least that's what the Kerbals think, because for some reason the Kerbals really want to eat the surface of Minmus because they think it's mint ice cream. It's not actually mint. It's not actually mint ice cream. It's apparently it's glass. Apparently it's glass, and I guess that's why in Kerbal Space Program 2, in KSP 2, they made the surface less green so the Kerbals wouldn't eat it, because they'd have to take their helmets off to eat it. And given that Minmus has no atmosphere, that would be pretty bad. I mean, it would be pretty bad to take your helmet off in the middle of in a no atmosphere environment. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, so, but what I would agree is that I am now in low Minmus orbit. With plenty delta V to do. With plenty delta V here. Like, this is actually kind of too much. I mean, it is too much. I way over-engineered this. I way over-engineered this, but I mean, too much. I guess too much is better than not enough. I guess so. And apologies if Minmus is kind of bright, like in the Highlands over here where my mouse cursor is. So I have my brightness settings turned up a little bit. It's not up to full, but it's because environmental visual enhancements Redux makes the dark sides of planets and moons extremely dark. So and the brightness settings doesn't change much. So you have to put your but it still helps. So I'm putting my brightness settings up for that reason. So I'm just going to do a little burn down there. Oh. Okay, I have no idea what that was. That moment of silence was. Once again, just listen to the previous parts of this commentary. I don't even know what to say anymore, but we are landing on Minmus, and I don't know if it's a stock feature, if it's part of the mods, but the LT-05 micro landing struts now for some reason have variants to change it to silver color, default color, or gold color, and I picked gold just to brag. There's a reason I don't know why. Actually, I really do not know why I picked gold, but I just did. I did, and it should be fine. I mean, yeah. Come on, it's not a big deal. Come on now. And I'll just do a little bit of anti-normal burn, anti-normal burn, just to try to make sure I'm heading directly west. And yeah, I'm not because I'm pretty sure I turned my desktop audio off. No, I didn't actually turn my desktop audio off. Okay, so I have actually turned my desktop audio off in OBS Studio. That was a notification I got. I have absolutely no idea why, because I didn't do anything for that, but it happened nonetheless. Nonetheless, or whatever. And oh, that surface is moving quite fast. Well, he'll be fine. Don't worry. But I accepted a contract to gather some green sandstone from here. So I'm also in it for the for the money. So because my space program needs a lot of money at the moment, and it doesn't have much. It doesn't have much right now. At the moment, it doesn't have much money, so I'm going to need to do a bunch of stuff, money related stuff. Also, I'll just wait. Is it gonna work? Oh my god, that was incredibly close. And yeah, the Minmus dust clouds. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I almost just murdered Jeb again. Dude, I know he's been missing a few times, but I swear it's not my fault this time. Dude, oh my god, that made my heart race. But I mean, come on, make my heart race. We're on Minmus, you fool. I'm talking to myself now. I've practically gone insane. Oh, Minmus, fool. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Come on, Minmus' gravity is kind of forgiving. Minmus, landing on Minmus isn't that hard. This isn't that hard. And look at all these reflections on the Minmus flats. It says the Minmus flats. Mwah! Chef's kiss. And there it is. We've landed. So now that we've landed, it's time to do all of my science experiments. And I have this Cosmocat science pod, which is from the KNS mod again. This guy's like Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson in The Great Escape. Bruh. Charles Bronson is crazy. Okay. Well, I have no idea why that is, but why they call him Charles Bronson? Because it can't be just a simple. It can't be a simple typo, since the O and A are very far away from each other on the keyboard. So let's take an EV. Actually, no. Let's do an EV report now. Instead of sample, because I don't want generic stuff. And hopefully all this science will be enough. Hopefully all the science that we're gathering here should be enough for the EVA experiments kit, which is the next piece of science that I need. And this is our first landing on Minmus, so I'll plant the Promised World's Aerospace flag. Yeah, it's just it's literally America. It's literally America. Yeah, well, I guess we're here now. Oh my, dude, Jeb is doing the backflips. Jeb is doing a bunch of backflips. Wouldn't suggest that is very safe, because that means he banged his helmet on the flagpole, on the flag post. But now my mission is to find a green sandstone, which is a Breaking Ground DLC feature. Now finding it is going to be a tough task, because come on, because I have the mod Parallax Continued, and I really like Parallax Continued, so that's why I have it installed. And it adds a bunch of this ground scatter, which makes finding Breaking Ground DLC features quite hard to find. Because they can get easily lost. You can easily lose sight of them amongst all of these, amongst all of the rocks and such from Parallax Continued. The rocks from Parallax Continued are really sick. Yeah, just checking my aviary fuel. Because I do not want to have to walk all the way back to the craft and then have to lazily jump up into the cockpit. I tried doing that once when I ran out of EVA fuel, and it took forever for me to actually stick the landing. It was unbelievable. So just land and bam. It kind of does look like mint ice cream from here. With Parallax in this, of course, because the stock, once again, the stock Minmus surface texture doesn't look like this. This is Parallax. This is courtesy of Parallax Continued terrain textures, which makes everything look just that tad bit more detailed. It may not be very realistic because the hills are moving around when I zoom in and out, but at least we have it. And that's pretty much it. So I can't find any green sandstone nearby. Seems like it doesn't even exist anymore. And I know that green sandstone can spawn or generate on the flats. And okay, hold on a second. Ignore what I said, because I just found green sandstone. I mean, I think that's green sandstone. If it's the other Breaking Ground DLC feature, then ignore me then. But I'm just gonna go there and see it. Let's go. It's not that deep. Wait, who just said that? Okay, I have no idea who just said that it's not that deep, because probably one of my parents or anything like that. I have no idea who that was, but it doesn't really matter here because I need to do something with this feature, and it's the kind of bring around DLC feature. Damn it! Green sandstone. Well, that was. Oh my god. Okay, I really need to get back to. I've been using too much EVA fuel. Come on. Come on. We need to get back. Come on. I don't want. No, I do not want sticky keys. I just got a notification like, do you want sticky keys? I'm like, no, I do not want sticky keys. Oh, dude. Oh god, dude, no. I'm out of EVA fuel. Damn it. And the craft tipped over. Actually, that is literally perfect timing for the craft to tip over, because now that means I can jump onto the craft more easily. Can you please calm down? Alright, anyways, let's try climbing up into the heavens. I have no idea why I said that, but I need to get into the capsule, because then I can just replenish. Because there I can replenish my EVA fuel and send and go back, and I can send Jebediah back on his quest. It's not that deep. Wait, it's not that deep. Okay, they keep saying it's not that deep. It's actually kind of annoying, but well, I guess I'll just tell them later to stop saying it's not that deep. What isn't that deep? Like, dude, I don't even understand. But so, who knew trying to get back to the capsule here in Minmus Landing would be so hard? I'm also gonna have to. I want to make it easy. I'll just close that service bay. I'm trying. Come on, bro. Okay. Whew. That was very tedious. And also the craft is tipped over, so. Wait, don't tell me I have. No, I haven't run on electric. Of course I didn't run on electric charge. Silly me. What am I thinking? I don't know this. Okay, I have no idea what on earth is going on up there, but whatever it is, it can't be something good. Because they're saying that something isn't deep. Bruh. Okay, well, this isn't good. Good thing I have a quick save from a little bit before. Because I've actually tried to do a Minmus Landing before. And this time I actually do land near some of that stuff. Near some of that good stuff. The good stuff. And this time I actually do have the programming retrograde nodes, which is going to make the landing so much easier. Bro, okay. Like, I had no idea what on earth that was there, but it just wasn't it just was not letting me. I don't care. And what? my god, dude. They're shouting like crazy. Well, I mean, I don't even know if my parents were, or if it's someone outside, like, arguing with a dog or something like that. I don't know why they do that, but they just do. Well, let's just hope that this time I land somewhat close to some green sandstone. Whew. Well, great. It's not that deep. It's not that. I keep saying that something isn't that deep. I don't even know what on earth they're talking about at this point. And to be honest, I don't even want to know. Because I don't think it's anything good. And bam. Alright, we're on the surface. And we need to immediately scan the area for some green sandstone. Oh. Damn it. My contractor's gone. I'm still gonna have to get some green sandstone if I actually want to maximize my science output for this mission. The Minmus Flat should be the easiest place to find them because they spawn more often there. Well, I mean, they don't spawn more often there; they spawn less often there. But it's easier to stop. It's easier to spot at least. And the debris. That debris is that an orbit? Oh, it's not a crash. Oh, and it's gone. Okay, well, I don't really know what I'm just gonna do here, but well, apart from do all the science experiments, of course, but to Charles Bronson again. But I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to do everything I did before. We'll take all the science experiments, report, take sub-sample, report, and I can use my RCS pack or my EVA jetpack again, or the EVA pack or whatever you want to call it. And aha! I have spotted a green sandstone. Man, dude, I was looking like all the way like in that direction. It was literally right there. So close. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to take that. So pick up the green sandstone. So there it is. It's got his pick. He's got his pick. So Captain scientists are curious about how Minmus managed to have salt flats despite its low gravity and lack of atmosphere. These old rocks provide numerous clues. Also, they kind of look like sprinkles, right? Okay, alright, well, 150 science points. Sheesh, that's a lot. And this actually gives me an idea, because if I'm correct, the contract for getting green sandstone should still be in mission control. So I'm gonna plonk Jebediah Kerbin back into the capsule, back in that capsule over there. And I'm gonna go to Space Center because I have an idea. Maybe I can cheese the system a little bit by cheese the system by going to get the green sandstone. Yes, green sandstone. Alright. always go. And I'm probably gonna get a bunch of money from this. Oh my god! I accidentally just clicked the main menu. All right, well, bear with me because I have no idea how to make cuts, so you're just gonna have to. You're gonna have to sit through this. So just look away. Just look away for a few moments while I get back into my game. And all right. Let's do that. I have a bunch of RSS saves, like Real Solar System quick saves, because I used to play the Real Solar System mod, but it ended up being too difficult. Yeah, it was way too difficult. Way too difficult. So I just went back to playing normal KSP in the end. And now that I've got that contract accepted, and I've got green sandstone in my capsule, all I have to do is bring it back. So, it looks like, well, it looks like it's time for me to go. Open doors. The doors were open. What the hell? Close doors. I don't know what the hell that is. So I'll just. Alright then. Time for us to fly. Fly off into the. Fly Jebediah off to almost certain death. The immortal words of Martin Cedarpants. I will never forget. Martin Cedarpants. Martin. The apoapsis. A reasonable distance, like 14 kilometers or something, I don't know. And time up to the apoapsis. You can see Minmus slowly drifting away. And there it is. And I can actually continue my burn here because I'm pretty much in the right position, pretty much in the perfect position to go back to Coven. So there it is. And you're not gonna see me doing like any normal quick saves with the F5 and F9 keys, because for some reason, for some unknown reason, those keys don't seem to do anything to Kerbal Space Program. I'm trying Alt F5 and Alt F9 or anything like that. Alt F12. Nothing happens though. That is concerning. At least that's certainly concerning because, well, I mean, at least it means I can't use the cheat menu, which is necessary for some things, but not really for most. I haven't used the cheat menu. I haven't needed to use the cheats menu quite a lot, several times in the past. So I'll just so here we are. Let's get down to Kerbin and return this and see how much sand we got. And that will probably mark the end of the video. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do after that. Well, I am sure what I'm going to do after that. I'm going to end the video. Bruh, duh, of course I am. Of course I am. It's not that big of an ask, right? to end the video. But what is sort of a big ask is what the oh my no oh my. Okay, hold on a second. Ignore what I'm doing here. That jump scared me. That jump scared me so badly, dude. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways. Actually, no. It was at 60%. Yeah, it was at 60%. So. Yeah, just ignore the cheating. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. That's not good. This isn't good. Oh, wait, oh no. Dude, come on. Dude, no. What? Ooh. Sheesh. I cannot let the Science Junior explode in the atmosphere. Because if it does, then most of the science, a lot of the science, will disappear. It'll also go with it, because I didn't collect the science from that before. Alright, there it is. Sheesh, that was hard. Alright, and we need to put the parachute. And the parachute looks pretty good, more realistic because of the restock mod. I'm pretty sure it's restock. I don't know if it's restock, but no, it's not actually restock plus. Okay, it's not. No. And I'm being very careful not to put it on 12 times physical time up from the better time mod continued mod, because the last time I tried to do that, the physics engine freaked out and sent me flying out of the solar system at several hundred times the speed of light, which is very strange. But what is not strange is the fact that we have now landed and are going to return and are going to recover the vessel, and we shall see how much science we got from that. 700 science, pretty good for a beginning mission. Still not enough. I still don't have enough funds to upgrade the VAB to level 3, which was my goal. But I am getting there. So I'm going to see a dude, really? Build a new orbital station around Deb. That's another star system, bro. Heck no. Heck no. This, dude. Why does everyone want me to do all this stuff, dude? I can do this one. I'm pretty sure I can do this one. So, build a new surface outpost on Minmus. And what contract do I have now? Well, you go do an orbital space rock and build the outpost. All right. Well, I guess I'll end the video there. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to get notified on new videos. I don't have a Patreon just yet or any sponsors. Apart from that one time I did a fake sponsor. I still regret that, but that's pretty much going to be it for today. So, have a good one. As always, thanks for watching.